It is time to relax now. Close your eyes. Feel the gentle air around you. Listen to the quiet sounds. You are safe and calm here. Tonight, we will start a nice story. The words are simple and soft. Your mind can relax deeply. Do not try to remember everything. Just let the English words come to you. The words will go into your memory. We will learn together while you rest. Sweet dreams and happy learning. Lily is a small girl with a very nice red dress right now. She lives in a big house near the beautiful green forest always. The house has a quiet and wonderful garden in the backyard space. Lily loves to walk in this lovely garden after eating her dinner. Today is a warm and calm summer evening with a soft, gentle wind. The sun is slowly going down behind the tall, dark, green trees. The sky is painted in shades of orange and bright, pretty pink color. Lily sits on the old wooden bench under a very large oak tree. She can hear the happy singing of the little blackbirds nearby now. The fresh air smells very sweet from the open white rose flowers. Lily closes her eyes and takes a long, slow, deep breath in air. She feels very happy and completely peaceful in this good quiet place. Her small dog, Max, sleeps on the warm ground near her small feet. Max is a cute brown dog with very short and curly brown hair on him. Lily opens her eyes and she looks up at the big blue evening sky. The first bright stars are starting to appear in the dark blue distance. The moon is a perfect silver crescent high above the tall house roof. Lily thinks that the night sky is the most wonderful view she knows. She starts counting the small stars she can see in the high night space. One bright light is moving very quickly, she sees it falling fast down. Lily thinks the moving light is not a common airplane flying up high. The strange light is too small and also extremely fast for a plane. It looks like a very small diamond dropping from the huge black velvet. Lily watches the shiny object fall closer to the silent garden area now. It comes down behind the big apple tree in the far corner spot there. Max, the small dog, wakes up suddenly and lifts his little brown head up. He makes a low, curious sound in his throat and wags his tiny tail. Lily gently places her warm hand on the dog's soft, hairy back of him. "It is okay, Max. It is just a quick light," she whispers very softly. But Lily feels a tiny bit of special excitement inside her happy heart. She stands up slowly from the old wooden bench and stretches her legs gently. Lily decides she must go and check the interesting place right this moment. She walks carefully across the green grass in the dark garden space outside. The moon is helping her see the familiar path between the green bushes well. The tall red roses stand still like sleeping soldiers in the quiet night time. She moves past the small fountain where the water is quietly resting inside. Lily notices the sweet smell of damp earth after the day's warm sun on it. She stops for a moment near the big old stone wall of the whole garden. The ancient apple tree is just beyond the slightly broken stone wall corner. This apple tree is the oldest and biggest living thing in the small garden. Its strong branches reach out wide like many long, welcoming strong arms. Lily steps over the small stones and goes closer to the dark, silent tree. The darkness here is much deeper because of the thick green leaves above her. She uses her foot to push away some of the fallen brown dry leaves easily. Lily looks carefully at the quiet ground under the huge heavy tree branches. She hopes to find a small piece of clear glass or perhaps a smooth gray rock. But she does not see anything very big or scary on the soft, black soil. Suddenly, Lily sees a gentle flash of the soft blue and white pretty light. The gentle blue light is coming from a very small space in the soft ground. It is hidden under a large, pale, smooth stone near the thick tree's roots. Lily kneels down carefully on her clean knees in the cool grass spot. She uses her fingers to carefully move the large, heavy stone away. Under the stone, she sees something absolutely beautiful and very tiny glowing. It is not a rock or a simple piece of broken glass from a window frame. It is a tiny, glowing little ball of the soft, gentle, pure blue light. The tiny ball is smaller than the smallest small bird's egg in the hidden nest. This small light pulses very slowly with a peaceful, warm blue color always. Lily thinks it looks like a very small, bright, happy, sleeping tiny star. The air around the beautiful, glowing ball feels a little bit warmer than before. Lily holds her breath and stares at the strange, amazing object right there. She remembers the falling light she saw in the high sky just moments ago only. This tiny, perfect thing must be the light that fell down to her quiet place. Lily carefully puts her small hand out to gently touch the soft, warm light. The little light is warm and soft, like a perfect, small silk pillow under her hand. It does not feel hot or dangerous at all to her sensitive young skin. The tiny ball of light moves slightly when her finger gently touches its surface. It seems to be trying to find a safe and comfortable warm place to rest completely. Lily smiles, feeling extremely happy about her fantastic and sweet secret find. "You must be very tired now from your very long journey," she whispers quietly. She knows she cannot leave this precious, small light all alone out here. The moon is high, and the night is becoming quite cold for a little delicate thing. Lily gently cups her two warm hands around the soft, glowing object safely now. The blue light shines brightly through the small spaces between her gentle fingers. Max comes closer and sniffs at Lily's cupped hands with his wet, cold nose tip. He seems to understand that this tiny light is something very special indeed. Lily stands up slowly and starts to walk back toward the quiet, warm house now. She holds the little star very carefully and close to her own warm beating heart. The strange blue light makes a little, simple, sweet path for her walking feet. She knows that this quiet evening will be very different from all now on. Lily decides she will take care of this beautiful little light and be its friend. She walks past the resting rose bushes and the silent water fountain nearby. The big wooden back door of the house is waiting for her return slowly. Lily opens the door gently and steps into the warm light of the kitchen. She looks at the tiny light in her hands one more loving time. She is excited to find a safe and dark place for the new visitor immediately. This new friend needs a nice soft bed before the early morning sun rises. She will keep the magic light a special secret from everyone else inside the house. This little star is only for her to look after and protect from the world. Lily went quickly into her very own big bedroom now. She closed the heavy wooden door very carefully behind her back. The room was quiet, only hearing the soft gentle wind outside now. Max, her small dog, quickly went to sleep on his soft warm mat. He was very sleepy after the long and hot summer day just finished. Lily walked to her white desk near the large bright window. She still held the tiny blue light in her two warm hands easily. The light felt very lightweight, like a small feather from a bird's wing. Lily knew that she could not hold it in her hands forever. She needed to find a very safe and comfortable home place quickly. She looked at her common toys on the high wooden shelf now. There were soft teddy bears and many small plastic cars there. None of these toys felt good for such a delicate bright light. Lily looked around at the big wooden closet in the far corner spot. On the top shelf, there was a clear glass jar with a metal lid on it. She used this simple jar before for collecting smooth clean stones. That is too cold and also much too hard, she thought about the simple glass jar. Then she saw a big blue box on the very bottom shelf of the closet. It was the old storage box for her soft winter warm gloves. The small box was made of strong cardboard and was quite large enough. Lily quickly took this blue box and put it down on the clean desk surface. She opened the box and smelled the clean scent of the old wool fabric. This was a good, perfect place to hide her new wonderful little secret now. Lily went to her large cupboard to quickly find something very soft to use. She found a small white piece of old, soft, cotton material cloth. Lily neatly folded this cloth into the nice shape of a small gentle nest. She placed the soft nest inside the blue cardboard strong box easily. Then Lily carefully brought her small hands closer to the soft box again. The tiny blue light seemed to sigh and glow a little bit brighter. It seemed very happy about the new comfortable warm place for resting. Lily very slowly opened her warm cupped hands over the white nest inside. The small light creature, Stardust, simply dropped softly inside the white nest. It started to glow with a very soft, calm, very steady blue light now. Lily sat down on her wooden chair to look at the creature much better. She understood that this little light was something quite alive and gentle. "I will call you Stardust," Lily whispered very quietly to the small light object. Stardust did not answer, but it glowed a little bit brighter in the soft nest. Lily thought that the name was absolutely perfect for this bright little tiny creature. Suddenly Lily realized that Stardust might be very hungry this evening now. Stars do not eat common simple human food, she knew this true thing. She quietly brought a small piece of fresh white bread to her table. She also brought a small glass pot with clean, sweet, delicious honey in it. Lily very carefully put both the bread and the honey near the blue box. She waited for a long time, but Stardust did not move toward the food at all. It continued to just glow very steadily and calmly in the white soft nest. Then Lily brought a small clear bowl with very clean fresh water inside. She put the small bowl also near the soft cardboard box right now. Stardust again ignored everything that was placed on the wooden desk table. Lily understood that common food was not necessary for the little light friend. Perhaps stars need another special, unseen, different kind of food item. She thought about the fresh moving air and the silver pure moonlight now. Lily opened the room's window wider to let more cool air come inside. She also opened the curtains so the moon could shine directly inside. The moonlight fell in a silver stripe onto the blue cardboard box. Stardust glowed even brighter in this stripe of cold silver moonlight clearly. Do you eat the moonlight? Lily quietly asked her special new secret. She felt that she was on the correct path to understanding her small friend. Lily promised herself that she will find out everything about this tiny creature. She will keep Stardust in her room. This will be its safe new home. No one else in the big house should ever know about this special thing. Lily woke up early in the bright morning light. The sun was warm on her small happy face. She remembered her beautiful new secret immediately. Lily quickly looked at the blue box on the small desk. Stardust was still glowing with a very soft light. The blue color was pale but still clearly visible. Lily smiled at her small, quiet, new friend. Max, the dog, came closer to the wooden desk. He sniffed the box gently with his wet nose. Max seemed to understand Stardust was very special. Lily gave Max a gentle, loving pat on his head. "Be quiet now, Max. This is our secret," she whispered. She did not want anyone else to hear them. Lily went downstairs for her simple morning breakfast. She quickly drank some fresh warm milk. She ate a small piece of light brown bread. Her parents did not ask about the blue box. Lily kept her big secret very safe inside her heart. After breakfast, Lily hurried back to her quiet room. She sat down next to the blue box on the chair. She wanted to try talking to her special friend. Lily knew Stardust was an excellent listener. "Hello, Stardust. I am Lily," she said slowly. "This is your comfortable new safe home now." Stardust simply pulsed gently in the white nest. It did not make any kind of loud noise at all. Lily pointed to the colorful big window outside. "Look, Stardust. That is the bright, tall, green tree." She pointed to the old wooden door in the wall. "That is the door to my small, happy room." She repeated these easy words many times slowly. Lily wanted the star to understand simple sounds. She spoke clearly and with a gentle, soft voice. After some time, Lily saw a small change now. When she said the word tree, Stardust flashed brightly once. When she said the word door, it flashed slowly twice. Lily became very excited about this excellent progress. "Can you understand what my simple words mean?" she asked. Stardust flashed slowly 3 times in the soft nest. Lily laughed with pure joy because it worked well. She tried another easy word, the word garden. The tiny blue light pulsed rapidly, many quick times. "Yes, garden. That is where I found you last night." Stardust gave a long, slow, steady, beautiful pulse. Lily felt a strong, deep connection to the star. She felt like she was teaching a tiny new happy baby. Lily spent all morning speaking very easy words now. She taught Stardust the simple words for colors. She showed the star her yellow dress and blue shoes. She taught the names of her brown dog, Max. Stardust began to flash different colors sometimes. A flash of green meant the nice word tree. A flash of red meant the sweet word home. Lily wrote down the colors and meanings in her book. She had to remember the special code accurately. She knew this was a slow, long, interesting process. She would be patient and work hard every day. Stardust was learning English words from her voice. This was the most wonderful school class ever. Lily was now the star's only kind, gentle teacher. She knew she must protect the star very carefully now. The small blue light was not alone anymore in the world. The sun was high in the bright blue sky now. It was time for Lily to make a better bed. The white cloth nest was soft, but not enough. Stardust deserved a very comfortable soft place. Lily wanted to make a perfect cozy small bed. She looked around her room for special materials. She found an old box of colorful silk ribbons. The ribbons were soft and smelled very nice. Lily took the purple ribbon and cut a long piece. She took the pink ribbon and cut an equal piece too. She also found a small piece of soft yellow lace. This lace was from an old beautiful dress. Lily decided to use only these 3 nice things. First, Lily took the blue cardboard box from the desk. She took out the plain white cotton cloth carefully. She laid the purple ribbon along the bottom edge. She made a soft circle with the long pink ribbon. The pink circle was a nice small pillow shape. She placed the delicate yellow lace on the top edge. This made the small bed look very fancy and pretty. The little bed smelled like sweet light flowers now. Lily put the completed small bed back in the box. The whole box looked like a tiny, magical bedroom now. She was very proud of her fast, good work. Lily gently picked up Stardust with her 2 hands. The small light felt warm and very light again. She slowly moved the light toward its new bed. Stardust pulsed with a new, excited, bright flicker. It quickly settled down inside the purple ribbon circle. The blue light looked beautiful against the pink pillow. It seemed happier in the new soft fancy bed. Lily gave Stardust a secret new little name. She called it Gloomy, sometimes for being so gentle. Lily sat quietly, watching her happy new friend. She talked to Stardust about the simple day. "We will eat dinner in about 1 hour now," she said. "We will play a new word game later this evening." Stardust flashed the green light for the word eat. It flashed the red light for the word home. Lily understood that Stardust was still learning fast. The little star remembered the simple color codes. Lily repeated the new words very slowly and clearly. She said the word sleep and the word night. She pointed to the dark black night sky outside. Suddenly, Stardust flashed with an urgent, strange, quick blue light. It moved quickly and softly out of its new bed. The light moved to the edge of the large blue box. It pulsed intensely towards the open window glass. Lily looked outside at the tall green apple tree. It was the same tree where she found the small light. Stardust seemed to want to go back to the tree now. Lily knew the star did not want to leave her. Maybe the tree had some special magic power. "Do you need something from that specific tree?" she asked. Stardust flashed the quick blue light again and again. Lily decided they must go to the apple tree now. She put Stardust safely inside her clean small pocket. Max woke up and followed his friend out the door. Lily walked quickly back to the big quiet garden. Max followed her steps very closely behind her. The evening air was still cool and very fresh outside. Lily felt the small gentle glow in her pocket. Stardust was safe and quiet inside the small pocket. They soon reached the large old apple tree. This tree was the biggest thing in the entire garden. Its huge dark branches covered the soft ground below. Lily carefully knelt down near the big thick trunk. She reached into her pocket with one clean hand. She slowly took out her beautiful glowing friend. As stardust touched the air, it pulsed immediately. The light was suddenly much brighter and stronger. The blue color became a deep, vivid, beautiful indigo. Stardust moved quickly out of Lily's warm hand. It floated in the air towards the tree's gray bark. It gently touched the rough surface of the trunk. The light pulsed quickly, like a happy beating heart. Lily looked at the scene with wide, open eyes. Max sat down quietly and watched the bright light show. He did not bark or try to jump up at the light. Stardust was clearly drawing something from the old tree. The light absorbed the tree's silent, strong energy. It moved along the large, rough roots underground. It seemed to drink the silent life of the tree. The tree did not look harmed or look weak at all. In fact, the green leaves looked even greener now. The few red apples looked even more juicy. Lily understood the star did not need common food. It needed the silent, pure, strong energy source. The apple tree was very old and full of energy. It was like a giant green battery for stardust. Lily carefully sat down on the cool, soft ground. She wanted to observe this magical new process. She watched stardust float and gently pulse slowly. After some time, the light stopped moving now. It returned to its previous soft, slow, steady glow. The light seemed completely satisfied and full of energy. Lily felt a wave of pleasant, warm peace wash over her. The tree and the light were sharing something special. "So you are eating the tree's life force," Lily whispered. Stardust pulsed twice with the red light for home. It pulsed 3 times with the green light for tree. The code meant, "This tree is my kind of home." Lily understood that stardust needed the tree often. She knew she must bring the star here daily. The star could recharge its power source in the garden. She gently scooped up the beautiful light again. She placed it safely back in her small pocket. "We will visit the magic tree every evening," she promised. Stardust flashed once, a simple, happy, quick blue spark. Lily walked back to the house with a happy feeling. Her garden was not just a simple garden anymore. It was a wonderful, magic, special charging station. She had a star, and the star had a friend. Lily felt very lucky to keep this huge secret. Max wagged his tail happily all the way back home. The night was peaceful and very cool around them. Lily knew their simple life was now better. She would keep the small blue light safe and well. The quiet garden would protect their large secret. Days turned into quiet, calm, beautiful weeks now. Lily and Stardust had a very good routine. Every morning, Lily taught the star new words. Every evening, they visited the old apple tree. Stardust learned the simple English words very quickly. The star could now flash many different colors for ideas. Red was always for home or safe feelings. Green was always for the tree or outside now. Yellow meant happy or good news always. Blue meant water or sometimes sad feelings. This simple color language was very useful. One warm afternoon, Lily tried something very new. She put her hand next to the small blue light. She focused her mind on a single, clear thought. She thought, "I am very happy to see you now." Stardust pulsed with a strong, bright yellow flash. Lily realized the star could feel her thoughts. She tried another thought, a simple question now. She thought, "Do you need more strong tree energy?" Stardust immediately flashed the bright green light once. The star confirmed her simple question easily now. This was a faster way to speak and understand. Lily continued using the color light method often. She pointed to a picture of a large blue bird. She thought, "What is this specific flying thing?" Stardust flashed the color blue and then the yellow. Lily wrote down the code. Blue-yellow means bird. This was much more complex than simple words. Stardust was combining simple colors for clear nouns. This showed the star was very smart and learning fast. One evening, Lily asked a very important question. She thought, "Where did you actually come from, my friend?" Stardust flashed the blue light many times very quickly. Then it flashed a tiny white, bright, star-shaped flash. It flashed white 3 times toward the high window. Lily understood the star came from the distant sky. She thought, "Is your home very far from my garden?" Stardust flashed a very long, continuous, sad blue light now. This meant its home was a long, sad distance away. Lily felt a sudden moment of deep sadness for her star. "Do you want to go back to your true home now?" she thought. Stardust flashed the bright red light for home strongly. Then it quickly flashed a new, worried, dull gray color. The gray color meant problem or missing something vital. Lily realized that the star needed help to travel. The tree gave energy, but not enough power for space travel. She focused her mind and asked the next question. "What specific thing do you need to fly home?" Stardust flashed the gray light, then the bright white light. It then directed a small beam of light at the wooden desk. On the desk was a picture of the quiet night sky. The beam stopped on a small cluster of 7 tiny stars. This cluster looked like a common small handle shape. Stardust needed something related to that star grouping. Lily did not know what the star was trying to show her. She promised Stardust she would find the correct answer soon. They would solve this interesting problem together easily now. Their simple conversations were growing more important quickly. Lily thought about the strange star cluster all night. The 7 bright stars looked very much like a small cup. She knew this shape was called the Big Dipper now. She wondered why Stardust pointed to this specific area. The next morning, Lily went straight to the blue box. She gently greeted Stardust with a soft yellow thought. Stardust responded with a warm and happy red flash instantly. Lily knew she must ask the star to show her more now. She gently lifted Stardust out of its soft bed now. She placed the glowing light onto the clean wooden desk. Lily pointed a small finger at the Big Dipper picture. "Tell me about this area in the high sky," she thought. Stardust pulsed with the gray problem light immediately. The little light then sent out a very small, thin blue beam. The beam of light touched a forgotten old school book. Lily opened the book and looked at the dusty pages. Inside the book, she found a thin piece of strange paper. The paper was very old and felt dry like thin sand. It was covered with many small lines and simple dots. The dots looked exactly like constellations of the night sky. But most of the lines and dots were faded and dull now. This paper was clearly an old, important star map. "Is this your map to your beautiful home?" Lily thought clearly. Stardust flashed the red home light with extreme strength. The map was the key, but it was badly damaged now. Many small parts were completely missing from the edges. It was broken and lacked most of its needed power. Stardust moved slowly over the broken ancient map now. It gently pulsed its blue light onto the paper surface. The light seemed to be trying to fix the small holes. But the weak effort did not change the map's state at all. Stardust flashed the gray problem color for a very long time. It needed something very special to fix the large map. Lily needed to find a strong, new source of power. She thought about the strong energy of the apple tree again. "Can the magic tree fix this specific map piece?" she asked. Stardust flashed green tree and then a sad blue water color. It meant the tree's gentle energy was too weak for this task. The map needed something more powerful and very sudden. Lily looked up at the high blue sky with hope. She suddenly remembered a simple science class lesson. They talked about meteor showers in the dark night. Meteor showers are fast-falling bright lights from space. They come from the same cold place as stardust. "Do you need the light from a falling shooting star?" she asked. Stardust flashed the bright white light very fast and excitedly now. It flashed the yellow, happy light many times quickly. This special light source was exactly what the star needed. The energy from a bright meteor could charge the old map. Lily knew the next big meteor shower was coming very soon. It was only 3 or 4 nights away from this moment. They had very little time to prepare everything well. They needed a special container to collect the strong light. The container must be able to hold the light safely. Lily looked around the room for the right kind of simple container. Lily knew the meteor shower was coming very fast. They needed a perfect container for the strong light. The container must safely hold the intense space energy. Lily looked around the whole house very carefully. She needed a clear, clean, glass jar or a special bottle. She remembered the large glass jar from the top shelf. The jar was too cold for Stardust's gentle bed before. But now, it was perfect for catching bright starlight. Lily went to the closet and quickly got the jar. She washed the glass jar very clean and shiny. The jar itself was not enough to hold pure light. They needed something extra to attract the space light. Lily decided to make a special, magic, powerful lantern. She went to her art supply box for materials. She found a tube of very strong, sticky, clear glue. She found small pieces of silver and gold glitter paper. She also found tiny, bright, reflective plastic stars. These stars were used for simple Christmas decorations. First, Lily carefully cut the gold paper into small strips. She stuck the shiny gold strips all around the jar's middle. Then, she cut the silver paper into small circle shapes. She stuck the bright silver circles below the gold strips neatly. The jar looked very festive and extremely sparkling now. Stardust watched her work with great happy interest. The little blue light pulsed many times with joy. Next, Lily focused on the jar's plain glass lid. She carefully glued the tiny plastic stars onto the lid. She put 7 plastic stars in the Big Dipper shape. This special pattern was important for the ancient map. She wanted the lantern to connect with the right sky energy. Stardust immediately flashed the strong white light quickly. This confirmed that the Big Dipper shape was correct. Lily was very proud of their fast teamwork effort. Finally, Lily needed a special handle for the lantern. She used a long piece of strong, thick, silver wire. She bent the wire into a secure, comfortable handle shape. She attached the silver handle firmly to the jar's neck. The container was now a magnificent, star-catching lantern. We must test the lantern's strong light power, she thought. Lily placed Stardust gently inside the decorated glass jar. The little star immediately pulsed with amazing bright power. The decorated jar shone with a blue and silver sparkle. The light was contained safely inside the thick glass. Lily quickly removed Stardust from the special jar. She placed the lantern on the wooden desk for tonight. The map needed to be charged under the powerful light. She placed the broken star map directly next to the jar. Tomorrow night the big meteor shower arrives soon, she whispered. Stardust pulsed with a determined, bright, powerful yellow flash. The next evening arrived with a very dark blue sky. Tonight was the important night for the meteor shower. Lily felt very nervous but also highly excited now. She checked the special star lantern one more time. The glass was clean and the handle was very strong. She looked at the old, broken, important star map. The map was still dull and needed the spacelight power. Lily waited until her parents were soundly asleep. Max lay next to the door, waiting patiently for his friends. Around midnight, the big world became truly silent. Lily quietly put on her simple warm clothes and soft shoes. She carefully placed Stardust inside the sparkling lantern. The blue light shone brightly through the silver design. Lily carefully held the lantern by its strong silver handle. She opened the heavy wooden door without any noise. Max stood up and silently followed his small best friend. They walked softly through the very quiet dark house now. They slowly reached the big back door to the cold garden. Lily opened the door very slowly and gently outside. The cold night air immediately rushed into the warm house. They stepped outside onto the damp dark green grass now. Lily looked up at the huge, clear, black night sky. It was perfectly dark, ideal for a bright meteor shower. Suddenly, the first bright shooting star appeared high up. It crossed the dark sky quickly in a beautiful flash. The bright light was strong and full of pure space power. Lily quickly put the special lantern on the grass. She opened the decorated glass lid of the large jar. The lid with the stars lay nearby on the soft grass. Stardust sent out a strong, focused, vertical blue beam. The beam of blue light reached up toward the high sky. A second, even brighter, meteor shot across the dark velvet. This large meteor was very much closer than the first one. Its powerful energy flowed down into the open, special jar. Stardust absorbed the intense, quick, sudden energy fast. The blue light inside the glass jar became blindingly bright. The glass did not break, the magic held the energy safely. Lily quickly closed the lantern with the decorated lid. She immediately moved the charged lantern next to the old map. The star map reacted instantly to the sudden light power. The dull lines began to glow with a silver-white light. The small broken dots repaired themselves completely now. The missing edges of the map sealed perfectly shut. The map was complete and full of the powerful space energy. Stardust pulsed with a triumphant, warm, happy yellow light. The map was now ready for the long journey back home. Lily knew the final moment had sadly come too soon. She looked at the complete map with a mixed sad feeling. It was time for Stardust to finally go back to its true star home. Lily took the completely charged map into her warm hands. The map felt slightly warm and hummed softly now. Stardust moved gently from the lantern to the map. The blue light settled precisely on the largest white dot. This specific dot was clearly Stardust's true home. Lily knew she had to say her final goodbye now. She knelt down beside the beautiful, glowing star map. Max came closer and rested his head near her knees quietly. "It is time for your long journey home now," Lily whispered softly. "I will miss you very much, my dear little friend." Stardust pulsed with a long, slow, deep blue light now. This meant the star felt a lot of simple sadness too. But then it immediately flashed the happy yellow light strong. It knew its home was waiting high up in the sky. Lily focused her loving thoughts on the small star now. She thought, "Thank you for all the magic and the joy." Stardust answered with a cascade of quick, bright, multicolored flashes. It was saying thank you in its own beautiful light language. The ancient apple tree rustled its leaves in the cool wind. The tree seemed to know that a friend was leaving soon. Stardust slowly floated up from the complete map now. It gently touched Lily's small hand one last time. The touch felt like warm, pure, soft electric energy. Stardust left something very small in Lily's warm palm. It was a tiny, smooth, round stone of perfect silver. This special stone shone with a soft, steady, internal light. The light was a piece of Stardust's own true heart energy. It would never lose its beautiful internal glow now. This stone was a special promise of true friendship forever. Stardust then floated higher, moving toward the big tree. It gave the magic apple tree a final, silent blue light pulse. The tree's branches seemed to bend gently, saying, "Goodbye." Stardust then moved toward the dark open night sky. It quickly flew higher and higher into the cold air. The small blue light became a very fast-moving white point. The little point traveled along the path of the bright map. It was following the lines to its far, distant, high home. Soon, the bright light disappeared into the deep, dark sky. Lily watched the empty space with quiet, deep tears. Max nudged her hand gently with his cold, wet nose. Lily finally stood up and looked at the quiet garden. She held the silver glowing stone very tightly now. The map lay on the grass, now dull and simple paper again. The great journey was completely over and finally done now. But the garden felt permanently more magical than before. Every leaf on the old apple tree shone slightly brighter. Lily knew stardust had changed her entire small world. She walked back inside, holding her perfect silver stone. She knew their unique story would continue in her happy heart. She would always remember her special little star friend. Thomas lives alone on a small rocky island. The island is far away from the big busy city. He is the careful keeper of the tall, strong lighthouse. His important job is to keep the bright light shining. The lighthouse stands high on a very tall cliff edge. It is painted white and red, easy to see from far. Thomas loves the sound of the ocean waves all day. He enjoys the quiet life and the simple work. His small, neat house is right next to the lighthouse structure. The house has 3 small rooms and 1 large front window. From this window, Thomas watches the big blue endless sea. Every morning, Thomas wakes up early with the bright sun. He immediately goes up the long winding stone stairs. He checks the huge glass lamp at the very top. The large light must be clean and always ready to turn. He cleans the large thick glass with a soft white cloth. He makes sure the important oil level is always high enough. The powerful light keeps all the sailing ships safe at night. The ships need this clear light to find the safe harbor. After his hard work, Thomas eats a very simple breakfast now. He usually eats some warm toast and a hot cup of tea. He always reads an old worn book while he eats his food. His only company is the quiet, calm ocean waves now. Sometimes a friendly small gray cat visits his porch. Thomas gives the small gray cat a little fresh milk every day. The cat is nice company on the isolated island. In the afternoon, Thomas always walks along the rocky shore. He collects colorful seashells and smooth gray stones often. He likes to watch the playful sea birds fly high above. The sea birds know the big ocean very well indeed. Thomas knows the name of every bird living there. The air on the island is very clean and always cool. He feels very healthy and strong from the simple life. In the evening, Thomas prepares for the long dark night now. He slowly lights the huge lamp in the tall lighthouse. The strong beam cuts through the deep darkness clearly. He watches the ship sail safely past his lonely island. He feels a great, silent pride in his simple work. The powerful light is a symbol of safety and hope. He is happy to be the faithful keeper of the light. His life is quiet, but it is also very important now. He waits for the new day to begin his work again. One night, the wind was strong and the sea was very loud. Thomas was sitting inside the warm light room. He watched the powerful lamp spin slowly around now. The beam of light sliced through the cold, dark, misty air outside. Everything felt normal and completely safe in the small room. Thomas suddenly saw something very unusual in the water. The big lighthouse light pointed to a spot far below. Near the dangerous sharp rocks, he saw a strange glow. This new light was small, but very bright and clearly visible. It was deep under the dark, moving, cold ocean water now. The light was not from any common small passing ship. It did not look like the small lights of simple fishing boats. This glow was a deep, steady, mysterious pure green color. It pulsed very slowly, almost like a giant sleepy heart. Thomas quickly lowered his powerful telescope for a better view. He focused the lens carefully on the green light spot now. The light seemed to come from under the large black cliffs. The cliff area was known to be extremely dangerous for ships. Thomas had never seen this strange green light before. He knew all the usual lights around his small island. This deep underwater light was a completely new puzzle. The green light pulsed again, then quickly disappeared completely. Thomas waited patiently, watching the dark water intensely. After 5 minutes, the light returned in the exact same spot. It glowed steadily for about 10 long seconds now. Then the green light vanished into the deep cold water again. Thomas felt a quick wave of simple curiosity now. He decided he must investigate this strange event tomorrow. He wrote a very short, quick note in his small diary. He drew a small map showing the light's exact location. The note said, "Strange green light under the tall cliffs." He marked the time it appeared and also disappeared later. He looked at the tall lighthouse lamp with deep respect now. The main light was important and helped guide many ships safely. But this new small green light seemed to hold a secret. Thomas stayed awake and watched the dark water for a long time. The green light appeared 2 more quick times before the morning. It always pulsed and then vanished very slowly again. He tried to think what could make such a strong light down there. Could it be a special type of living deep-sea plant? Or perhaps it was something old and forgotten from the past. The mystery of the strange green light kept him very awake. He needed the morning sun to finally start his search. The ocean was quiet again, but the light stayed in his mind. The bright morning sun came up over the quiet sea. Thomas finally went down the long winding staircase now. He was thinking only about the strange green deep light. He knew he needed a very good plan to find the secret. He ate his simple warm breakfast very quickly indeed. The small gray cat watched him with very big curious eyes. Thomas gently patted the cat on its soft warm head. He went to his small living room immediately after eating. In the living room, Thomas had many very old leather books. These books were left by previous lighthouse keepers before him. He kept the old books on a dusty wooden shelf over his chair. He started looking at the old books one simple book at a time. The books were about the sea, ships, and old local legends. He hoped to find a simple hint about the green light source. He took down a very thick book with a faded blue cover on it. The title was Ancient Sea Stories of the Coast, clearly printed. Thomas opened the large heavy book to the middle page now. Something thin and light immediately fell out of the book. It was a very old piece of brown and stiff folded paper now. The paper felt very old and quite delicate in his hand. Thomas slowly unfolded the fragile piece of thick paper gently. He saw that it was a simple, old, hand-drawn treasure map. The map showed a small island that looked exactly like his home. There were simple drawings of the tall lighthouse structure. The map showed the large stone cliffs and the rocky shore area. Thomas felt a small wave of quick excitement now. On the map, a small clear red X mark was clearly visible. The red X was drawn near the tall black cliff area. This was the exact spot where he saw the green light source. Next to the red X were two very small simple drawings now. One drawing looked like a bird with long strong wings. The other simple drawing was a small, round, bright mirror. The map seemed to explain the mysterious green light now. Thomas carefully compared the drawing to the real cliff area. He knew the old map was absolutely true and very accurate. This map was the important key to the strange light puzzle. He understood he needed to take the small boat out there. He had to go to the spot marked by the red X right now. He carefully put the old brown map inside his clean shirt pocket. He looked out the large window at the huge blue ocean. The sea looked quiet and ready for his simple small boat trip. 150, 5 to 10. Sparkles Part 4, Preparing the Boat. Thomas went to the small wooden shed now. His small boat was kept safely inside the shed. The boat was called the Little Boat by everyone. It was old but very strong and very reliable. Thomas always kept the boat in good shape. He opened the shed door and rolled the boat out. He put the small boat down next to the cold sea. The boat was ready for the simple water journey now. First, Thomas checked the boat's whole body structure. He looked for any small holes or any cracks. He saw a tiny small split in the wooden side area. A small hole would let cold water leak inside quickly. Thomas immediately went back into his quiet shed. He found a piece of hard, thick, dark wood. He found a tube of sticky, strong, dark glue too. He used the wood and glue to fix the small split. He let the glue dry perfectly for 30 long minutes. The boat was strong and completely safe again now. Next, Thomas prepared all the necessary things for the trip. He needed clean, fresh water and simple food items. He filled a large metal bottle with cold water. He packed 2 simple sandwiches in a clean bag. He also took 1 piece of very sweet chocolate for energy. He put the food and water safely under a dry seat. He took a long, thick, brown rope for safety. He placed his sharp, simple, reliable working knife inside. He also brought a small metal bucket for water removal. He took his old map from his clean shirt pocket. He looked at the red X mark one final time now. The red mark was very clear on the old brown paper. He knew the location of the special cliff spot. He put the important map inside a clear plastic bag. This simple bag would keep the old paper dry and safe. He attached the plastic bag firmly to his sturdy belt. Thomas looked up at the very tall lighthouse now. He knew he must check the bright main light now. The main light must keep shining for all the ships. He climbed the long stone stairs one last time up. He checked the lamp and the oil and the lens now. Everything was perfect for the long dark night ahead. The ship's safety was always his first important job. He quickly went down the long stone stairs again now. He gently pushed the little boat into the cold dark water. The small boat floated easily on the gentle slow waves. Thomas jumped in and took the 2 wooden oars now. He was ready to find the quiet secret under the sea. He knew the journey would be quiet and very peaceful. He was excited to solve the old map's mystery. He looked at the tall cliff area in the far distance. He took a deep breath of the cold fresh air now. He began to row his small boat slowly away from the shore. The quiet sea journey had finally started quickly now. Thomas rowed the small boat very slowly and calmly. The sea was mostly quiet and quite flat today. The sun shone warmly on his back and arms. He felt strong and peaceful while rowing the boat. The gentle waves lifted the small boat slightly. He kept the tall lighthouse in his clear sight. He followed the exact directions on his old map now. The distance to the high cliffs was not very long. He rowed with a slow, steady, continuous rhythm now. The wooden oars dipped gently into the calm water. He could hear the soft sound of the dipping oars clearly. The water made a small, quiet, pleasant rushing sound. Thomas enjoyed this simple piece of the journey very much. He liked being alone with the large, open, blue ocean. The salt smell of the sea air was strong and fresh. Soon, the high black cliffs looked much bigger and closer. He knew he was getting closer to the red X spot now. The cliff walls rose steeply from the deep cold water. They looked very dark and very imposing from below. The area felt different, much quieter and much older. The air here was cool and carried a damp, earthy smell. Thomas stopped rowing to check the old map again now. He carefully pulled the map out of the plastic bag now. He looked at the details of the cliff drawings again. The map showed a small, hidden opening near the water line. This opening was hidden by a large gray smooth rock. He began to row closer to the large rock wall area now. He moved the small boat very slowly and very carefully there. He did not want the boat to hit the sharp rocks. Thomas moved the boat around the base of the tall cliff now. He looked for the large gray smooth rock shown on the map. After some minutes, he found the specific rock drawing. It matched the simple drawing on the old map perfectly. The water here was deeper and surprisingly much darker. He looked down into the deep, mysterious, cold water intently. He saw a faint green light shining far below the surface. The green light pulsed softly, just like it did last night. It was exactly the same strange light from the deep water. The map was indeed correct about this hidden place. Thomas felt a surge of pure, powerful, strong excitement now. The mystery was very close to being solved completely. He stopped the boat and dropped a small heavy anchor now. The small anchor held the boat steady near the cold rock. Thomas sat quietly and thought about the next careful step. He needed help to find the secret opening door. He looked up at the sky for a friendly sign now. Thomas sat quietly, watching the cold water and the high cliffs. He looked for any sign of a hidden secret entrance door. The large gray rock perfectly covered any small opening. He could not safely move the large, heavy stone alone. He needed a clear sign or a very good clear idea now. He remembered the small drawing of the friendly sea bird. The map suggested that the bird might offer some help. Thomas looked up and scanned the high, dark, rocky cliffs. He saw a large, white, majestic seabird flying nearby now. The bird had strong wings and a very sharp, yellow beak. It flew gracefully over the tall cliff edge area. This specific bird was one that Thomas knew well. He often saw this bird resting near the lighthouse lamp. Thomas whistled a short, simple, familiar, high tune now. The large white bird heard the whistling sound immediately. It stopped flying and slowly circled above the small boat. The bird came down and landed softly on the boat's wooden edge. It looked at Thomas with its two wise, dark, steady eyes. "Hello, old friend. Do you know this hidden secret place?" Thomas asked. The bird flapped its two strong wings very quickly now. It made a sharp, loud, specific, short call sound. It used its long yellow beak to point at the cliff face. It pointed exactly to the large gray smooth rock area. Thomas nodded his head slowly, showing he understood completely. "The problem is how to move this very large heavy rock," he said. The bird stepped carefully to the very front of the small boat. It sharply tapped its yellow beak on the boat's strong rope. The rope was the anchor line holding the small boat now. The bird tapped the rope very strongly 3 quick times. Thomas realized the bird was giving him a simple instruction now. The bird wanted Thomas to move the small boat much closer. He needed to pull the boat right up to the cliff face now. Thomas quickly pulled the anchor rope carefully back inside. He grabbed the wooden oars and rowed the boat forward fast. He moved the small boat right up to the cold stone wall. The boat gently touched the rock with a soft, quiet sound. The large white bird flew off the boat and went to the cliff. It landed softly on the top edge of the large gray rock now. It looked down and made a series of quick, sharp, distinct calls. It was pointing with its head at a small piece of dark iron. The iron was hidden behind a cluster of dark, wet seaweed now. Thomas reached out and pulled the dark seaweed away now. He saw an old, strong, rusty iron ring hidden there. This heavy iron ring was a strong handle for the large rock. The wise sea bird had showed him the secret strong key. Thomas saw the strong, old, heavy iron ring clearly now. The ring was set deep into the large gray smooth rock. He realized this rock was a massive, simple, secret door. The wise sea bird had showed him the correct way to enter. The bird circled once and then flew quietly away again. Thomas knew he had to act quickly and very strongly now. He carefully tied the end of his thick brown rope securely. He tied the rope around the large, old, heavy iron ring. He made a very strong, tight knot that would not slip. He needed to use the small boat's weight as leverage now. Thomas quickly rowed the small boat away from the cliff face. He rowed until the rope became very straight and very tight. The boat was strong, pulling hard against the large rock. Thomas used all his strong effort and heavy body weight. He pulled the thick brown rope sharply and strongly back. The old heavy iron ring resisted the strong pull first. But then the large gray rock began to move slowly. The rock made a terrible, loud, grinding stone noise now. It moved just enough to reveal a very small, dark, hidden space. This small space was the entrance to a dark sea cave. The entrance was low, wide, and filled with dark cold water. Thomas knew he could not take the small boat inside the dark space. He tied the boat securely to a small piece of dark rock nearby. He took the old map and put it in his tight pocket. He carefully got out of the small boat into the deep water. The cold ocean water came up to his strong chest now. He walked slowly toward the dark, small cave entrance now. The water inside the cave was calm and very deep. He could see the strange green light much better now. The light was coming from the very back of the dark cave. Thomas was breathing slowly, feeling the cool damp air. The atmosphere inside the cave felt ancient and very quiet. He knew he was the only human inside this place now. He walked further, letting his eyes adjust to the darkness. The green light became his only true guiding light source. The cave walls were covered with dark, smooth, wet stone. He could hear the small quiet drips of water all around. After walking for 10 minutes, the cave opened wider now. He stepped onto a small, dry, clean sandy beach area. The light source was shining directly from the cave wall. He had finally found the core of the ancient secret now. Thomas stood on the dry sandy beach of the quiet cave. The mysterious green light was shining brightly nearby. It came from a large, smooth, perfectly flat stone now. The stone was set deep into the cave's back wall. He carefully walked closer to the glowing green object. He expected to find gold or perhaps old shiny jewelry there. But the light was not coming from a common metal object. The green light came from a large, perfectly round, clear object. The object was set into the thick stone wall completely. It was a beautiful, ancient, perfect piece of polished glass. The glass object looked exactly like a huge, simple, round mirror. It was roughly the size of a very large dinner plate now. The mirror surface had a very gentle, subtle green glow. The green glow was constant and never faded or stopped. Thomas reached out his hand to touch the large mirror gently. The glass was surprisingly warm to his small touch now. The surface felt incredibly smooth, not rough like old glass. He looked closely at his face reflected in the surface. His face was green because of the strong reflected light. He did not see any gold or any silver treasure there. The simple, plain, round mirror was the true treasure. He remembered the old map drawing very clearly now. Next to the red X was the drawing of a simple mirror. The old map was talking about this specific strange object. This was the source of the mysterious green light he saw before. But why would someone hide a simple mirror deep here? And how did this glass object create its own light? Thomas sat down on the dry sand to think about the situation. He thought about the tall lighthouse and its very bright light. The main lamp needed huge amounts of hot burning oil. The light keeper spent hours cleaning the huge lens. This simple glass mirror made light completely for free. It needed no oil and it needed no human work at all. Thomas realized this mirror was not a common mirror. It was an ancient, highly powerful, special light source. He saw small, faint carvings on the rock around the glass. The carvings showed a lighthouse and a ship sailing safely. The drawings suggested the mirror was for guiding boats. The green light was a sign, a special warning light. It was hidden here to keep ships away from the sharp rocks. But Thomas knew the mirror could do a much greater thing. It could help the main lighthouse light shine much stronger. He needed to gently take the powerful mirror away now. He found a small hidden lever near the bottom edge. He carefully pulled the small lever with a strong hand. The mirror slowly clicked and came loose from the wall. The heavy glass object was now safely in his two strong hands. The green light still shone brightly, even out of the wall. He wrapped the heavy mirror in his thick warm scarf quickly. He knew he had found the true secret of the light now. Thomas carried the heavy green mirror very carefully now. The powerful mirror was safely wrapped in his warm scarf. He slowly walked out of the quiet dark cave entrance. The cold water felt good on his tired, sore legs. He reached his small boat waiting securely nearby. He gently placed the heavy mirror inside the small boat. He climbed back into the small boat with great relief. He slowly rowed the small boat away from the black cliff. The sun was now high in the bright blue midday sky. The sea was still calm, helping his simple rowing effort. He looked back at the large gray door rock now. The huge rock slowly swung shut with a low grinding sound. The old secret was now safe and hidden once more. He continued to row the small boat back to his island. When Thomas arrived back at his quiet island home, he rested. He ate his cold sandwich and drank all the fresh water. He felt strong and extremely happy about his discovery. He carefully took the glowing green mirror to the lighthouse. He knew exactly where the mirror should be placed now. The mirror belonged at the very top, near the huge lamp. Thomas began climbing the long winding stone stairs up. The stairs were very steep, and the mirror was heavy. He held the wrapped mirror very close to his strong chest now. After a long difficult climb, he reached the small light room. He looked at the huge glass lamp spinning slowly inside. He saw the empty space opposite the large main lens. This empty space was perfect for the strong green mirror. He carefully unwrapped the heavy glass mirror now. The green light shone brightly inside the clean light room. The light was beautiful and very different from the oil lamp. Thomas began working to securely fasten the mirror. He used strong metal clamps and old simple screws. He fastened the large mirror onto the heavy stone wall. He worked slowly to make sure the mirror was completely straight. After 1 hour, the ancient mirror was fixed firmly in place. It faced directly opposite the lighthouse's main light. The green glow filled the entire small stone room now. Thomas turned on the powerful main oil lamp slowly. The huge white light hit the ancient green mirror surface. The mirror did not reflect the light but absorbed it quickly. It immediately amplified the light's overall powerful intensity. The lighthouse light became 3 times much brighter instantly. The new light was extremely strong and very clear indeed. Thomas knew the ships would be incredibly safe now. Thomas stood proudly inside the very bright light room now. The huge main lamp was spinning strongly and very fast. The powerful green mirror was fixed securely to the wall now. The lighthouse light was now incredibly strong and very clear. The bright beam cut through the air with amazing pure force. It shone much farther across the dark ocean waves. This was the strongest, best light the tower ever produced. Thomas knew his hard work had paid off wonderfully today. He felt great satisfaction and huge silent pride now. The old map held a true secret for everyone. The lighthouse was now a symbol of even greater safety. No ship would ever be lost near the sharp rocks again. He went slowly down the long spiral stone staircase now. He felt much lighter and very happy after the trip. In the evening, Thomas watched the huge light from his house. The bright, strong beam was a magnificent, wonderful sight. It made the entire dark island look much safer. He saw a distant small ship sailing easily past the rocks. The ship responded to the huge new light immediately. It signaled a clear, simple thank you with its own small lamp. Thomas smiled, knowing his simple work helped them greatly. The gentle gray cat jumped onto his knee now. Thomas gently petted the cat's soft gray fur. The cat purred loudly, enjoying the warm, peaceful feeling. The world felt calm and perfectly right around him. The ancient secret was now serving a good, clear purpose. The light keeper's life was simple but very essential now. He decided to keep the whole story a simple, quiet secret. The true source of the strong light was only for him. He would care for the powerful mirror every day now. He would keep the beautiful green glass very clean and bright. He put the old brown map back into the thick blue book. The map's special purpose was completely fulfilled now. Thomas often looked at the tall lighthouse shining so bright. He thought about the old people who left the map. They wanted the light to be strong and truly protective. He felt connected to the long history of the island. He was the newest keeper of the ancient, powerful light. His small island home was the safest place now. He continued his quiet life with a deep, peaceful joy. The huge, strong light shone forever over the cold, dark sea. Anna lives in a quiet, small white house. Her house is right next to a very large forest. The forest is huge and full of tall green trees. The green trees make the air smell very good. Anna loves the peaceful, quiet life in the place. She loves to sit near the forest edge every day. The trees stand tall like giant, quiet, sleeping guards. The sunlight makes the green leaves look very bright. Anna thinks the big forest is very beautiful. The forest has a gentle, low, quiet whispering sound. The soft sound comes from the light-moving wind. The wind makes the high leaves dance very slowly. Anna often tries to understand the soft whispers. She thinks the old forest is trying to tell her things. But the simple words are too soft to hear well. She closes her eyes and listens to the deep sounds. She can hear the quick singing of small happy birds. She can hear the tiny buzz of a busy small bee. Anna has a comfortable red chair near the big house. She sits in the red chair every sunny afternoon now. Today the air is warm and extremely peaceful outside. She sees a small blue bird land on a low branch. The small blue bird sings a beautiful, sweet, short song. Anna smiles at the friendly, pretty little creature now. She feels completely relaxed in her soft red chair. She loves the silence of the large, quiet forest. This silence is much better than the city noise. The trees look very old, full of ancient secrets. Anna has never walked very far into the woods. Her mother said the deeper woods can be confusing. It is easy to lose the correct way back home. Anna always stays very close to her simple small house. Suddenly, a loud noise broke the peaceful afternoon. It was the quick sound of breaking thin dry twigs. The sudden noise came from deep inside the dark forest. It was a strange sound, not the sound of a strong wind. It sounded like something very small was moving fast. Anna opened her eyes and looked toward the dense trees. She wondered what was making the quiet forest noise now. The simple sound was close, but still hidden by the leaves. Anna stood up slowly from her soft red chair now. She felt a small wave of curiosity and concern. She needed to know what was hidden inside the woods. Anna walked very carefully toward the edge of the large forest. She moved slowly so she would not make any noise. She wanted to hear the quiet, strange sound again now. The leaves on the ground were dry and made a crunching noise. Anna stepped very carefully over the dry brown leaves. The noise of breaking twigs came again, very close now. This time, the small noise sounded like a soft, gentle cry. The sound was sad and seemed to be full of small pain. Anna realized that some small creature needed help. She forgot her mother's warnings about the dense woods. Her kind heart told her she must help the small creature. She carefully moved past the very last row of tall trees. She stepped onto the mossy, damp, dark, cool forest floor. The sunlight was much weaker under the thick green canopy. The air felt colder and smelled like wet earth and old wood. Anna took a few very slow steps into the quiet woods now. She stopped and listened very intensely for the sound again. There it was, a tiny, sharp, quick, sad little whimper. The whimper came from behind a very large fallen log. The log was covered with green and soft gray moss. It looked like a big green cushion lying on the ground. Anna walked around the end of the huge dark log. She saw the source of the sad, small, painful sound there. It was a small, bright, red-orange furry fox now. The beautiful fox was sitting very still on the dirt. Its coat was bright and shiny, like a small orange flame. But the poor fox looked very frightened and full of pain. It was holding up one of its small front paws gently. The small paw was slightly red and looked very swollen now. The fox was whimpering softly, trying to hide its small face. The sad sound was coming directly from the small scared fox. Anna spoke to the small, bright, wild fox very softly. "Hello, little fox. I am Anna. I will not hurt you," she said. She knelt down slowly on the soft green mossy ground. She moved very slowly to show she was not a danger. The fox looked up at her with its two wide, dark eyes. It did not run away, but it stayed perfectly still there. It seemed to understand that Anna was only trying to help. Anna reached out her hand very slowly toward the small fox now. She kept her hand open, showing she had no hidden weapon. She wanted the fox to feel calm and completely safe with her. The little fox slowly lowered its head and watched her hand. It took a long, brave moment before moving closer now. The fox bravely allowed Anna to touch its soft fur gently. Anna knew she must treat the fox's small injured leg immediately. Anna moved her kind hand very slowly. The small injured fox did not run away. It watched her face with its big calm eyes. Anna gently stroked the fox's soft warm head. The fox let out a quiet, small, peaceful sigh. Anna felt very sorry for the poor small creature. She carefully looked at the fox's hurt front paw. The paw was swollen and looked slightly red now. It was not a very deep or terrible serious wound, but the pain was clearly bothering the small fox. Anna knew she must treat the injured paw now. She needed clean, fresh water and a soft cloth. She could not find these things inside the quiet woods. She had to take the small animal back to her house. "I will take you home to clean your small injury," she said. The fox looked at her, tilting its head slightly. It seemed to accept her simple kind offer now. Anna thought the bright fox needed a good name. "You are the color of old rusty red metal," she said. "I will call you Rusty, my small furry friend." Rusty immediately gave a very soft, quiet, gentle whimper. Anna stood up slowly from the cold forest ground now. She looked at the bright, beautiful, little creature again. Rusty was too hurt to walk the long distance back home. Anna knew she must carry the small fox very gently. She removed her soft, warm, thick green sweater now. She carefully wrapped the soft sweater around the small fox. She left the injured front paw free and completely exposed. She gently picked up the light, small, furry animal now. Rusty was warm and very lightweight in her two hands. The fox rested his small head on her comfortable arm. He closed his two big eyes and stayed very quiet. Anna carried the calm, peaceful fox out of the woods. The sunlight was much brighter outside the dark woods. She walked carefully back to her quiet small white house. She put Rusty down on a soft clean kitchen towel. She filled a large bowl with clean cold fresh water. She found a clean, white, soft piece of old cloth now. Anna began cleaning the small red swollen paw gently. She washed away the dirt and any small dried blood. Rusty whimpered once, but he stayed very calm and still now. Anna softly talked to the small creature all the time. She told him he was very brave and very strong indeed. She found a small tube of simple healing skin cream. She spread the cream gently on the small red wound now. Then she wrapped the small injured paw in a clean bandage. She used a small strip of strong white cotton cloth. Rusty looked much better and much more comfortable now. He tried to lick her hand with his wet pink tongue. Anna laughed and gave him a gentle loving pat. She brought a small bowl of fresh cold water now. She brought a small plate with some simple dry crackers. Rusty drank the cold water quickly and then slowly ate the crackers. He was tired and very hungry after his painful adventure. He finished the food and immediately curled up in the towel. Rusty was finally asleep, safe inside Anna's warm house. Anna smiled and promised to keep the small fox safe. Rusty the fox was now fast asleep on the clean towel. He looked small and very peaceful in the bright kitchen. Anna watched him sleep with a gentle, quiet smile. She knew he needed a much better and softer bed. The cold, hard kitchen floor was not comfortable. She wanted Rusty to feel completely safe and very much at home. She quietly left the kitchen to find a nice place. Anna went to her large clean bedroom closet now. She found a very soft, warm, thick blue blanket inside. This blanket was new and smelled very fresh and clean now. She carefully took the soft blanket to the quiet kitchen. She placed the blue blanket down next to the warm fireplace. The floor there was made of smooth, warm, brown wooden boards. The heat from the fireplace was gentle and very comforting. She gently lifted the small sleeping fox very slowly. She carried the light animal to the soft blue blanket. She carefully placed him down onto the soft warm material. Rusty curled up immediately into a very small, warm, tight ball now. He looked happy and much more comfortable now. Anna covered his small body with a corner of the soft blanket. She left his bright, beautiful, furry head completely free now. Rusty sighed once and then continued his deep sleep. Anna brought a simple small wooden stool to the kitchen. She sat down quietly next to her small furry patient. She did not want him to wake up suddenly and be scared. She wanted to be there when he finally woke up later. She watched the peaceful, small, red-orange animal sleep. His breathing was slow and very gentle and very steady now. His bright fur shone beautifully in the soft light. After one long hour, Rusty slowly opened his two big eyes. He looked around the strange new room confusedly now. Then his eyes quickly found Anna sitting nearby now. He seemed to recognize her simple, kind, gentle face now. He slowly uncurled his small body from the warm blanket. He tried to stand up, but his injured paw hurt quickly. He immediately remembered the pain and lay down again. Anna spoke to him softly and very calmly again now. "You must rest your small hurt leg a little more time," she said. She pointed to his small, neatly wrapped white bandage now. Rusty looked at the bandage and then back at her kind face. He understood that she was taking good care of him now. He slowly gave a quiet, small, simple, thankful wag of his soft tail. Anna knew they were now truly good friends forever. She knew their unique forest adventure would soon begin now. She felt a peaceful happiness fill the quiet warm room. Rusty rested inside the warm house for 3 quiet days now. Anna changed his small white bandage every morning. She gave him fresh water and simple small yummy food. His injured front paw was much better and healing fast. Rusty could now walk carefully without any pain at all. He often walked around the warm kitchen floor slowly. He always stayed close to Anna and felt very safe. On the 4th warm sunny morning, Rusty became very restless now. He went to the kitchen door and whined softly once. He clearly wanted to go back to the large green forest. Anna knew she could not keep the wild fox inside. "Are you ready to go back to your true home now?" she asked. Rusty looked at her and quickly wagged his beautiful tail. Anna opened the wooden kitchen door to the sunny outside. Rusty walked out slowly onto the green grass now. He looked happy to feel the fresh air and warm sun. He looked back at Anna, waiting for her to follow him now. Anna took her small jacket and went outside quickly. They walked together toward the edge of the tall forest. Rusty looked perfectly well and ran a small little bit. He stopped at the very last tree near the quiet house. He nudged his soft head against Anna's hand gently. Then Rusty slowly walked a little way into the quiet woods. He walked along the old simple forest path easily now. After a short walk, he suddenly turned off the main trail. He pushed his small body through some thick green bushes now. He waited patiently for Anna to follow him closely. Anna quickly moved the thick green branches aside. She saw a tiny, winding, completely hidden new path there. This path was too small for any normal human to use. It was clearly a secret trail made only for animals. Rusty was walking down the small hidden path very slowly. Anna carefully followed her small furry friend now. The trees on this secret trail seemed much older. The leaves on the ground were soft and made no loud noise. Anna realized this was the Whispering Trail now. Rusty suddenly stopped by a large, smooth, gray rock now. He turned and looked at Anna with a sharp, clear glance. He used his wet pink nose to point at the large rock. Anna saw simple, faint symbols carved on the smooth rock. The symbols looked like drawings of flowers and small animals. The entire stone seemed to be quietly whispering old secrets. Rusty tapped his small paw on the mossy green ground now. He was clearly trying to show Anna something very important. Anna knew their forest adventure was beginning right here now. Rusty tapped his small paw again on the damp, cool earth. Anna knelt down slowly beside the large gray rock now. She looked closely where the friendly fox was pointing now. The ground was covered with soft dark brown soil there. She saw a small patch of very bright green moss nearby. Under the moss, she saw something shining brightly now. It was a very small, perfectly round, metal object. Anna gently pushed the soft green moss away now. She carefully reached out and picked up the object. It was a beautiful, smooth, bright, golden-colored nut now. The nut was made of pure metal, not a simple plant nut. It shone brightly like a tiny piece of warm sunlight. The surface had small carvings of tiny star shapes. This was surely the forest's first simple secret gift. Anna held the small gold nut very tightly in her warm hand. The metal nut felt warm and very light to her touch. Rusty looked up at the golden object and gave a soft yelp. He seemed very happy that Anna found the secret gift. Anna carefully placed the warm gold nut into her small pocket. She knew this little gift was highly important now. The Whispering Trail was leading them to a greater mystery. Rusty immediately turned and continued down the small trail. He walked with a new, strong, joyful, quick energy now. Anna followed her small furry guide without any doubt now. The secret trail became even quieter and felt very peaceful. They walked past tall trees and many different colorful flowers. The air smelled strongly of sweet pine and cool water. Anna felt very calm walking through the quiet woods. After walking for a long time, the path suddenly split. One path went high up a small rocky hill now. The other path went low down toward a small stream. Rusty immediately stopped walking between the two paths. He looked at Anna, waiting for her to choose the path now. Anna was confused and did not know the right way. She looked at the gold medal nut in her small pocket. She pulled the warm golden nut out to look at it closely. The gold nut immediately pulsed with a soft, quick, warm feeling. The nut grew slightly warmer and glowed a little bit now. It sent a faint, gentle, simple light beam upward. The light beam pointed clearly toward the high rocky hill path. Anna understood the nut was guiding their simple journey. "The gold nut is telling us to go up the hill," she whispered. Rusty yelped happily and then trotted quickly up the hill. Anna smiled and followed the smart, friendly fox now. The first gift was a true guide for their long journey. Anna and Rusty climbed the small rocky hill very slowly. The gold nut in Anna's pocket felt warm and safe. The hill was covered with sharp, dark, gray, old stone. The climb was hard, but they kept moving strongly now. Rusty was careful, even with his recently healed paw. He waited for Anna on the small steps up the hill. They finally reached the quiet top of the high hill now. The top of the hill was a small, flat, open area. A very old, large, thick, heavy oak tree grew there. The oak tree was much older than all the other trees. Its massive branches reached out wide and very low. Anna saw a small, dark, simple hole in the oak tree. The small hole was high up near the thick trunk top. A pair of big, round, yellow eyes watched them now. It was a large, old, extremely wise forest owl now. The owl sat silently, watching them both carefully. Its feathers were gray and brown, blending with the bark. The owl was the quietest, most peaceful creature in the woods. Thomas knew this owl was the keeper of the forest's knowledge. She had seen everything that happened in the woods. Rusty immediately bowed his small head to the old owl. He showed great respect to the large wise bird now. Anna felt nervous but knew she had to speak now. "Hello, wise owl. We are following the gentle trail," she said. "The gold nut brought us safely to this place now." The wise old owl did not move its large head at all. It continued to stare at Anna with its two yellow eyes. After a long minute, the owl finally blinked slowly once. It then gently lifted one large, feathery, quiet wing. The owl pointed its strong wingtip toward the ground. It pointed exactly to the base of the old oak tree. The ground there was hard, dry, and covered with small stones. Anna looked closely where the wise owl was pointing now. She saw something simple hidden under the flat small stones. It was a very small, thin, rolled-up piece of old paper. Anna quickly picked up the small paper scroll now. She carefully unrolled the simple thin paper completely. It was a small piece of a simple, strange, drawn map now. This new map piece showed a very clear, wavy line. The wavy line moved from the hill down toward the small stream. The paper was clearly the forest's second simple gift now. The wise owl had guided them to this important paper. Rusty barked softly, showing he was very excited now. The old owl closed its eyes and settled back into the hole. Anna knew the time for listening and moving had come. Anna held the small, thin, rolled-up map piece. The paper felt like very old, dry, smooth flower petals. The map showed a long, wavy, distinct blue line now. The line led directly from the hill down to the stream. This stream was where the lower path was going now. Anna knew the wise owl gave the correct answer. The simple map piece told them where to go next. She carefully put the new map piece in her small pocket. She and Rusty started walking down the rocky hill now. The descent was much easier than the slow climb up. They quickly reached the small, lower, simple stream path. Rusty immediately smelled the cool, fresh, moving water now. He drank a little water from the edge of the cool stream. Anna smiled and waited patiently for her small friend. She looked at the colorful small flowers growing nearby. The flowers were very beautiful and smelled very sweet. Rusty shook his bright furry head after drinking now. He trotted quickly to the map's wavy blue line path. The path led along the side of the small stream now. Anna followed the friendly, fast, happy, small fox closely. The stream water made a gentle, low, quiet running noise. This soft sound was part of the forest's gentle whisper. They walked for a long time next to the stream now. The simple path became much narrower and very dark. The trees grew taller and were extremely close together now. The sunlight barely touched the damp forest floor. The small map piece in Anna's pocket felt warm now. It suddenly started to pulse with a very gentle light. Anna took the thin paper out to look at it clearly. A small, bright, silver dot appeared on the old paper. This silver dot marked their exact current location now. The map piece was showing them the final destination spot. The silver dot on the map was just ahead of their current location. The blue line ended at a small, round, simple drawing now. The drawing looked like a small, covered, beautiful stone well. Rusty also saw the silver dot and immediately stopped. He looked forward and sniffed the cold damp air strongly. He recognized the smell of the special place clearly. He gave a soft, happy, excited yelp to Anna now. Rusty quickly ran forward between the two dark trees now. Anna followed him into a small, very quiet, circular clearing. In the exact middle stood a small, round, stone structure. It was an old, small, ancient, moss-covered stone well. This was the exact spot marked on the old small map. The well was small, hidden, and completely forgotten now. A quiet, gentle, simple, magic feeling filled the entire space. Anna stood quietly in the small forest clearing now. The old, small, beautiful stone well was right there. It was covered with soft green and gray cool moss. The well had a small, round, heavy stone cover on top. Rusty walked slowly around the ancient stone structure now. He put his small wet nose close to the well cover. He gently pushed the heavy stone cover with his strong nose. Anna walked closer and looked at the ancient well now. She saw faint, old, strange symbols carved into the stone. The symbols looked like drawings of water and bright stars. She remembered the special star symbols on the bright gold nut. This well was clearly very old and very important indeed. Anna thought this must be the source of the forest's power. Rusty looked at Anna and then at the well cover again. He pointed with his small paw at the smooth stone cover. Anna understood that she needed to lift the heavy stone. She placed her two strong hands on the cool smooth surface now. The The round stone cover was extremely heavy and very difficult to lift. Anna used all her strength to slowly push the stone now. The stone cover moved slightly, making a low grinding sound. She pushed harder and the stone cover slid slowly off. The inside of the ancient well was surprisingly very clean. The water inside was completely clear and very still. The water looked deep and shone with a soft, pure blue light. This quiet blue light came from the very bottom of the well. The light made the clear water look like liquid clear sky. Anna had never seen such a peaceful, beautiful blue light. Rusty slowly bent his small head down to the clear water. He gently drank a few quick sips of the pure blue water. He immediately let out a soft, satisfied, joyful sigh now. His bright fur immediately looked slightly more orange now. His body seemed much stronger and full of new quick energy. The water was clearly special and held great power. Anna carefully dipped her small hand into the cool water. The water felt very cold and slightly fizzy to her touch. She splashed a little cool water onto her tired face now. She felt a sudden, wonderful wave of peaceful, quiet calm. All her small worries immediately disappeared completely now. This water brought pure peace and quiet, deep strength. It was not a wishing well, but a well of deep power. She realized the water gave the forest its deep magic. The water helped the trees grow tall and very strong. It helped the small animals stay happy and healthy. The whispering sound came from the life force here. The forest was protecting this clean, vital, pure water source. Anna knew she and Rusty must protect this well now. They had been led here to become the well's new keepers. Anna and Rusty looked at the amazing, clear, blue well water. They felt the strong, quiet, deep power of the place now. Anna carefully slid the large stone cover back on top. The ancient well was safely hidden and completely protected now. They knew this powerful secret must remain unknown forever. The forest needed its pure source of unique magic now. Rusty gently nudged Anna's hand with his small wet nose. He then trotted quickly to the side of the stone well. He began digging a very small, deep hole in the soil. He carefully placed the bright gold metal nut inside the hole. This was the forest's first simple gift, now returned completely. The gold nut was a key, and its work was finished now. Rusty covered the small hole with soft dark soil completely. Anna smiled, understanding the small fox's wise action now. She took the thin map piece from her safe pocket now. She gently tore the old paper into very small pieces. She slowly dropped the small paper pieces into the cool stream. The paper pieces dissolved immediately into the pure blue water. The secret trail was now completely erased and protected. Anna and Rusty left the quiet circular clearing together. They walked back along the quiet whispering stream path now. Rusty was strong and ran quickly with a new joyful energy. His hurt paw was completely healed and perfectly well now. Anna felt strong and very peaceful after her great journey. She knew she was now the keeper of the forest's deep magic. They soon reached the main forest path near Anna's house. Rusty stopped and looked back at the large green woods. He gave a soft, quiet, thankful, happy little sound now. He gently touched Anna's hand with his smooth bright tail. This was a final promise of deep lasting friendship forever. Rusty turned and slowly walked back into the dense trees now. He was returning to his true home in the quiet woods. Anna stood still, watching the bright fox disappear completely. She knew Rusty would protect the forest and the well now. She would protect the well from the outside human world. They were now the silent guardians of the forest's ancient heart. Anna walked back to her small white house slowly. She looked at the tall green trees with new respect now. The forest no longer just whispered its simple secrets now. It clearly spoke of magic, kindness, and deep true friendship. Anna kept the gentle memory close inside her warm heart. She knew her simple life would never be completely ordinary again.